My name is Vasily Lakoba. I'm the Director of Research at the American Chestnut Foundation's Meadowview Research Farms. The current greenhouse here at the American Chestnut Foundation's Meadowview Research Farms is one that was constructed in 2018. It's about 30 feet wide by 100 feet long, and we make great use of this space currently for the functionalities of which it's capable. Now, this is used mostly for producing seedlings for planting here on our research farms in the springs and in the falls of each year. And also some of these plants are produced for other research uses at other locations and sometimes for demonstration or reintroduction plantings. In the future, however, we hope to build a new greenhouse that will have additional functionalities beyond this one and also just expand the volume of the number of plants we can produce.
Hi, I'm Sierra Wilbur. I'm the nursery manager here at the American Chestnut Foundation's Meadowview Research Farms. So as you can see, our current greenhouse is more of a high tunnel type situation. It has soft plastic siding that can be rolled up. However, this doesn't allow us to use this greenhouse for seasons. We generally only are able to use this greenhouse from January to May. And so we start the seeds in January, but by May, which is past our frost date, it gets so warm in here that we have to move the plants outside. And so the difference between this new greenhouse would be that this new greenhouse will have hard polycarbonate siding, as well as heater, which this greenhouse does have, but it will also have an air conditioner of sorts for a greenhouse. And that'll allow us to maintain plants in there the entire season, including summer when it gets really hot, and that's our limitation in this greenhouse. So while we're able to control the environment in there, that allows us to do experiments and maintain plants in there all year round. And so not only would that mean we can start things in January, but it also would mean that we would not have to overwinter the plants. The trees would not have to go into dormancy and be stored over winter, because we'll be able to maintain the heat and the temperature and any kind of light necessity, like the high light growth room. We'll be able to maintain that in this new building. And the exciting part about this new greenhouse is that it's going to have 3 separate rooms or bays where we'll be able to do multiple different projects at one time. And that's really cool because we'll be able to have the highlight growth room as well as additional plantings and any other kinds of research that we'll need to do. And that won't limit us to only working during the growing season, which is generally May or March through October.
The new greenhouse that we're going to be building here at Meadowview Research Farms is going to be for 3 primary purposes. The first one of those is to continue diversification of all of the populations of American chestnuts that we're going to be reintroducing out into the forests. And the way to do this is by speeding up pollen production and using seedlings within the first year of their lives to produce pollen from a diversity of populations and then breed those onto mature trees. This will be done with a portion of the greenhouse that has a long day length environment, and that will allow those seedlings to produce pollen early on. And this will be used both for breeding here in Meadowview and also shipped out to other locations and our collaborators. The second purpose for this greenhouse is to support the chapters throughout the range of the American chestnut. Our volunteer chapters are doing a lot of important work breeding lines of chestnut within their own states and regions. And what we'll be doing with the help of this new greenhouse is producing seedlings that then will allow them to start seed orchards more quickly and efficiently and with well-produced plant material. Finally, the other purpose of this new greenhouse is to be able to do plant research year-round. The greenhouse I'm standing in currently, while it serves many of the functions that are useful to us now, is not able to be environmentally controlled throughout the year. So the plants have to move outside in an uncontrolled environment for the majority of the seasons. In the new greenhouse, one thing that we'll be able to achieve is a variety of controlled environments for the seedlings year-round to be able to tightly control how they're growing and what types of treatments, whether it's stresses or biological controls or other factors that we're going to be applying.
My name is Cassie Stark, the laboratory manager. So we are trying to raise money for our spring appeal to build a new greenhouse. And one of the features in the greenhouse that relates directly to what I do is that we want to expand our highlight grow room. So right now, it's small, and we made it last year. And like I said, we have like 170 trees in there right now, but we're really like, that's like max capacity. So really it's less trees than that it holds. And what we do in the highlight grow room and why it's important is it's all of our transgenic OXO positive trees. And what we're trying to do is get them to flower so that we can collect pollen from them and then store it for future breeding purposes for increased genetic diversity in our population. So in an orchard setting, you're looking at like 5 to 7 years for an American chestnut to flower. But in our highlight grow room, we're getting these trees to flower in like 9 to 11 months. So that's awesome. So having a larger space to do that and really like lean into that would be huge for us.
And we really appreciate the support in these kinds of projects because it just expands our capacity to be able to grow more trees. And so this greenhouse, it's not going anywhere. We're keeping it here, and creating a new greenhouse for research projects and highlight growth will just allow us to grow more trees that are used for restoration plantings and for chapter orchard plantings, where we can do more research in this new greenhouse, which should be right next door. We're really happy to be working with some amazing people, and they are helping us create designs already for this greenhouse. And so the estimated time, our goal for being able to actually start utilizing this greenhouse is 2024. So next year, we're hoping to have this in the ground and being able to start producing plants by then.